What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Just give me a little heads up on Turo. Things been crazy. Omicron is out there. Everybody's got it. So many people are sick. A lot of canceled trips. A lot of change in trips. A lot of people having issues with flights getting canceled and changed. So the last couple of months have been pretty hectic. A lot of accommodating my guests, letting them know what's going on, and also them having like endless amount of requests to change their tickets. And I understand because things are just crazy. Their flights are getting canceled. Their flights are being moved up. They're flying out of different airports. I've had cases where people have returned the car to the airport, got another car from a rental company to go to another airport because that's the only place they could find a flight to get back home. So things have been hectic. It's been busy. My prices have been pretty reasonable. I've been charging a little bit more, but nothing crazy. January hasn't been as busy as December was. That's usually pretty common how it goes. December is usually one of the busiest months. But I really think it's a great time if you guys have a couple of cars, it doesn't matter how many, to just sell your cars. There's no better time right now than to sell your car. All your cars right now, if you started a business 2020, 2019, and you bought cars then, or you had cars, they all have equity. Every car has gone up in value if it's a used car. And if you're renting on Turo, your car's got to be at least less than 10 years old. It's got to have less than 130,000 miles. So these are all ideal used cars in this market right now. I would go, if you have a lease, whatever you have, buy out your lease and sell it. You have equity. I don't know how long this used car market is going to stay like that. It's not going to stay like this forever. It's completely spiked up. It's up by like 30 some odd percent. That's not going to last. Nothing goes and stays up. Even Bitcoin didn't stay up. It's going to come down. Tesla, it doesn't matter. Every stock, whatever, it has this moment. So I think this time right now is the moment to sell and get out. If you have extra cars, of course, you need a car to get back and forth to work, but I'm in a situation where I can sell a car that I rented on Turo and it's paid its payment every single month, plus made me extra money. And I rented it for 3 years, and I can cash out for about $5,000 over what I owe, and it's a good time, and I'm gonna sell it. I got other cars on order right now. The only way you could probably get a new car, unless you want to pay some crazy inflated prices, is to order a car directly from the dealer, negotiate with them, try to get on some buyer program from where you work, and hopefully you can get a decent price on that car. That's probably the only way you're going to be able to get a car. I actually ordered a Ford Maverick. I ordered it in July. I'm pretty much ordered it for Turo. Thought it'd be a good addition. I never had a pickup truck on Turo. And a lot of people like that vehicle, and it's not available. So you only see one or two on the road. So it's something people are having to wait years for. So I ordered it in July, and I think I'm supposed to get it in February. So it's almost a 7-8 month delay when you order, and now they're not even taking any more orders. Um, it's just like that for everything. I would go out, if you wanted to get a car, just put your order in and get it in writing that they're not gonna charge you 10K over MSRP or something crazy, or put some window repellent on your car and say, hey, that's $4,000. Some whatever they can do nowadays. They're trying to get it. They're not selling cars. Most dealers that are selling hundreds of cars every month are now selling maybe 100 cars every month. So they're trying to maximize their profits to cover their expenses. If you go into dealers, they are pretty busy, but it's just, it's tough for them as well. They're also trying to take advantage of the moment, trying to take advantage of the market. So if you're turning in a lease, if you had your car for 2 years, 3 years, now's time up for the lease. I guarantee it, you have equity in that lease. In my situation, I have a 2020 Honda Civic. Its lease is up, I believe, in about a year from now. So that car, my buyout is 17,000, and I just first looked it up on Carvana or Vroom and CarMax, and it's over $27,000, which is more than I paid for the vehicle 2 years ago. So when I did paperwork, my paperwork for that Honda Civic Si was $27,000. So, you know, it's just crazy. You can literally, I literally had a car for 2 years, drove it, rented it, and now it's going to set, I can buy out my lease. The only problem now with these buyout lease things is the manufacturers have caught on. So these manufacturers, what they're doing is they're not allowing third-party car companies like Carvana, Vroom, or CarMax to buy out your lease. So Honda's one of those companies. Ford, GM, they're all doing that, so that way they can get their CPO used cars. So the majority of CPO cars that come at a dealership are from leases. And they love those because they're low mileage, they're still in warranty, and they can mark them up and sell them for a huge price. So they're pretty much, that's their inventory that comes in. And most of the time they get them back at a depreciated price where it's not bad, and it works out for the dealer and the lender. But right now, that's not the situation. Right now, they would love for you to turn in your lease. They would love it. And they know that right away when you turn in that lease, they can put a CPO on it and make $10,000 to $15,000 off that car. So you better get yours, while you're there. And I don't know what you would have to do. The only problem is when you buy out a lease, you're going to pay tax on it. So you're going to pay taxes again. So that's going to cut into your profit. But even if it is, let's say 7%, you're talking about, in my case, I'm talking about, maybe $1,200, but I'm looking at $10,000 profit. So I'm still going to make over $8,800. So if I got to pay $1,200 in taxes, I'm still making that money, versus Honda would be like, hey, I'll take that car back. And they actually charge me a lease return fee of $450. So either I can lose $450 or I can make $8,800. These are the situations that the car market is in. So I'm definitely telling people, go ahead, buy it out. You could probably get a loan from your bank if you don't have the cash, or borrow money from your 401k, return it back once you get it. Other options, just borrow money if you have the cash, or investments. Things like that you could get out, and you can put that $20,000 you need, quickly get that title and sell it to somebody. That would be the perfect ideal, and you'd make good amount of money. I mean, the investment on a car right now the return is, in my opinion, higher than investing in almost anything else. I've been lucky I caught it at the right time. Is it going to stay? Is it going to last forever? No. Is it a good time to go buy a car now and flip it? No, because you're not going to be able to get a car cheap enough. With taxes and dealer fees and all that stuff, you'll probably break even if you get lucky. And I don't see the car market, let's say a year from now, being in a situation where you can just buy a car, drive it for free, or actually get paid to drive a car. But the people who did buy cars in 2017, 18, 19, early 2020, those people definitely have got a car, are going to get paid for driving a car. And I don't care which car it was. As long as you got a reasonable deal on that car and you're not rolling over negative equity into that car, you should be able to break even out of any car you have. And what they say is the only issue is if you don't have another car. So I'm mostly speaking to Turo renters, because most of our cars are extra. You usually have 3 cars or 2 cars extra sitting in your lot, and you're renting those. This is a perfect time to sell them, wait for the market to dip, and then you can come back into it. Unfortunately, it will hurt your Turo business. You'll be out of Turo for a little bit, but once the market readjusts and the car prices come back down, you'll be able to buy something and put it back onto the Turo marketplace and rent it and make some good money. I just want to tell people Turo is still going on. It's still pretty successful. Rentals are still coming in. It's a lot of work. Do your due diligence. Make sure you check your cars. But it's still worth it. I still enjoy it. I'm still always looking for new cars. I'm trying to find some things that I would like to drive. Most of my cars I really enjoyed. And if you guys have any questions, any other videos you want me to make, just let me know. Subscribe and like my videos. It helps. I'm trying to get up to the point where YouTube will actually pay me one day, but right now I'm doing this for free and giving you guys all the information. But I appreciate it, and take care, guys, and be safe.